What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Gonzaga versus San Francisco college basketball matchup going down Monday, March 10th, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do so for college hoops. We are right in the thick of college basketball conference tournament action. We got NBA and NHL as well. I recently put up my NCAA tournament pass as well for a reduced price. You'll get access to every college basketball play I make. Save you a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of money to be made when we're in Vegas for the tournament. So definitely something you want to jump on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. We've also got products for those who make big bets and for those with big bankrolls. Those looking for more of a VIP experience where you're going to get things like late alert plays closer to game time. We're going to track line movement for you, try to get you the best possible number compared to the closing line. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, text the number on the screen for more information, even if it's just to find out if it's right for you. But let's get to this one between Gonzaga and San Francisco, and it is the semifinals of the West Coast Conference Tournament. You had San Francisco knock off Washington State 86-75. It was a game that was tight for a lot of that game before San Francisco started to pull away, I would say, over the last 8 minutes or so. Gonzaga, on the other hand, entering the conference tournament as the 2 seed, finished 23-8 on the year, 14-4 against the number this season. Now, the times I've covered Gonzaga basketball this season, I've said, time and time again, I have felt that this Gonzaga team just doesn't have the same input. It doesn't strike fear in teams like it used to. I'm not saying anybody was ever fearing Gonzaga because you don't openly admit it, but it just this Gonzaga team just didn't feel as scary. They didn't have the same sort of punch that past Gonzaga teams have had. And a lot of it just had to do with the fact that they were just burning a hole in people's pockets. I mean, they were 5-7 against the spread as a double-digit conference favorite this season, when we've known Gonzaga in the past to blow out teams, almost everybody in the West Coast Conference. Now, like I said, it didn't happen as much this season. They did have games where they started to kind of pour it on over the course of conference play as the season started to wind down a little bit. I mean, it started with like a 20-point win over Loyola Marymount. Bit back, they had a win at home by 38 over Oregon State, 43 against Portland. Well, they went on another one of those runs where they just weren't covering point spreads. They did, however, pick up a 95-75 win over San Francisco in the final game of the regular season. Also beat San Francisco at home by 11, but they were laying 16 in that game. So for me in this game, it's all about which version of Gonzaga are you going to see. And I'm not willing to lay 14.5 points with Gonzaga because A, it's a conference tournament game, and while past games between these two teams have been blowouts in favor of Gonzaga, usually in conference play it's when they're a little bit tighter. But on the other side, San Francisco still missing Marcus Williams. They were able to get by, San Francisco was, Washington State without Williams. But I don't know if you're going to be able to do that consistently and time again, because that is a big loss for San Francisco, especially when you're taking on Gonzaga, who still is one of the more balanced teams in the West Coast Conference as it is. So for me in this game, I'm going to roll with the over here. I think that when you look at these two teams and sort of past conference tournament matchups and how they've kind of shaken out, it's usually Gonzaga scoring in the 80s, San Francisco scoring in the 70s, and the high 80s and high 70s respectively. Last season, we had a conference tournament matchup between these two teams. These two teams actually normally meet in the conference tournament at one point or another. But last year it was 89-77, so 166 points between San Francisco and Gonzaga. The year before that, it was 84-73, so 157 points. They made 152 points. They were only 1 point below the total back in 2021-22. Like I said, these two teams are familiar with each other in the conference tournament. They're usually high-scoring affairs. I'm going to roll with the over between Gonzaga and San Francisco, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. While you're Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.